What's up, everybody? This is DJ Concrete, and we're about to have some fun and get some deep knowledge here. Um, we are here this week with our panel, and it's going to go down. And we're going to learn a lot, actually, from this. A lot for the women and the men. So I want y'all to pay close attention. We have our people here. Go ahead, Cuzzy. You started off, and in the lineup, y'all, the way y'all lined up, we're going to announce ourselves. But I'm
Hey,
DJ Concrete once again. But go ahead.
good evening, everybody. It's Sweet Mama G.
Sarim.
Hello, hi, I'm Sarim.
And
It's Baldy E.
okay.
And I'm Miss Leslie.
And y'all got the crew for this week. Y'all know how we do. All right. So again, this week is going to be a special week because we are going to learn. We're going to get a lot of education, whether it being mostly about hormones and the therapy that's offered. I know a lot of times people will see these commercials or whatever, but y'all about to get the real deal tonight here on Are You For Real show on our podcast about relationships, and we're going to talk a little bit about relationships as well. So everybody who just popped on YouTube, we had to postpone the Brutally Honest Rap show, but we're going to do that show after this show because we ran out of time. So once again, we have Sarim here, and she knows a lot about what we're about to talk about. So we're going to have some fun tonight. And Cuzzy, you always started off. So you started off.
So, everybody, it is Friday night. It is past our time, but we're going to pop and go. What is the name of our show, everybody?
Are you for
For
real?
real?
No. Are You For Real, though? And on Friday nights, we premiere our relationship show with various topics. Make sure you go on to YouTube, Street Tactics Radio. Make sure you like, click, subscribe, and also hit the bell for the notifications so you can get our shows when we come on. And soon we'll be premiering our quickie show. Everybody loves a good quickie, especially when they get that nice hormone therapy on and popping. So we always start off with a warm up from 1 through 5. Tell me how you're feeling. 5 being at your highest peak of whatever your peak is, and 1 being the lowest valley that you can go. All right, so Ram, since you are our guest, how do you feel from 1 through 5?
Today it's probably a 5. Haven't been feeling well because of, one of my coworkers was down with something, probably COVID. But since I'm a COVID professional catcher, it's not affecting me as much.
Right.
This is probably my 5th time catching it.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doing well. So I would say a 5.
All right. So, Miss Leslie, you're looking all sunshine. It's like you got a little money. You fitting to take me on to a cruise with you. I got to get my little hang on, girl. How are you feeling from 1 through 5?
I'm feeling like the sunshine, and I came to brighten up everybody's day with this white. I'm giving.
Yeah,
White.
you giving it, honey. So 1 through 5, what's the
And I
number?
feel like a 5.
Okay, 5, Miss 10. Go ahead, girl. Baldy E.
I'm a 5 all day. I'm feeling it.
You feeling it? You feeling yourself today? Look like you
Um,
shaved down your little beard a little bit. What's going on?
trying to change it up a little bit.
I see you ain't got your hat on. Miss Leslie got hers on, and you took yours off. All
Yep,
right.
you know it. Had to
All
switch it
right.
up.
Ain't nothing wrong with switching positions. All right. Concrete, 1 through 5. How are you feeling? You looking like
I'm always,
Keen or Pinky King or whatever.
you know what, Cuzzy, you always got some little joke, but I'm going to fix you about time in the middle of the show.
I doubt
Believe
it.
that.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm on 5 all the way.
Got
You know
the
what I'm
pink
saying?
one so he can pop a cherry.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
That's the lightweight work. Okay.
So
of course.
yeah,
And so
I'm
5.
yeah, I'm on 5. I'm on 5. In fact, I'm feeling so 5 right now. I left my car down there at the mall. I don't even know where it is. I just walked up here. I'm feeling so good.
Oh, because you look glistening, but you look
Yeah.
good. You look
Yeah.
good and glistening. So
Exactly.
I
Or did it
am
get
always
cold while you
right.
Nah, I was good. I was good. People was waving. I was waving back. You know what I'm saying? I was good.
All right, celebrity. So
Yeah.
I am, of course, feeling five. I am feeling five in sunshine because I want to start some foolishness. I'm glad the rap show didn't happen because I got some questions for our guests.
Let's get it
Uh-oh.
in. Let's get it in. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. Let's
And let me
start with
tell
the
y'all,
Now
she
I know
is.
you happy. You went right into the relationship. You missed the foreplay. You right into the
Let's do
Yeah,
the
I like
foreplay.
You know
that.
Let's
what?
get it.
Come to
Man.
think of it, I'm starting to think she sabotaged my camera just so we can get to the relationship show. That's what I'm starting to think. But before we start off, I want to send a big
I'm
shout
the
out.
accomplice.
Yeah, y'all probably did do something. But I want to send a big shout out to Barbara Fresh. She said, hey again.
Hey,
That's
TJ
Hey,
girl.
Barbara Fresh.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey,
And then
Southside Doughboy in the
shouts out to
house.
Southside
Hey,
Doughboy
Southside Doe, give me a dope
Southside.
boy.
and everybody that's watching live. Do a check-in so we can shout y'all out. But as for now,
Dana Day was in here. She was in for the rap show, so I don't know what happened to her.
okay, maybe they'll pop back on. So okay, so we can get this thing started off. Again, we have Sarim, and she's a hormone therapist, and a really good one too. I can attest to it. You know what I'm saying? So during this show, I will give y'all my experiences, and you know the people there. I mean, they are amazing. So I'm gonna let you go off. Matter of fact, who wants to start it off for Sarim?
Oh, well, let her introduce her business and what she does so we know what questions to ask her. So, Sarim, if you could tell us the name of your practice, what's your technical term for your position, where we can find your services, and what can you offer, and is it for men and women?
And your specialty.
So, my name is Sarim Gichengo. Actually, it's Sarim Seek because I just got my divorce papers a couple days ago. So, taking my name
Welcome
back.
to the
Okay,
club.
girl.
Welcome to the club, girl. I hope you got some alimonies. But welcome to the club.
So,
Okay.
I'll
Waiting
reintroduce
to
myself.
exhale.
My
You
name is
already
Sarim
did it.
Seek. I work at Body Symmetry. I specialize in hormone and weight loss.
Hmm.
You know, as we get older, hormones and weight loss go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. As we age, you know, our hormone starts to decline. You know, men joke around a lot, you know, that women, we go through menopause and, you know, we dry up or, you know, just certain things. But men actually go through menopause as well too, and it's called andropause. You know, so when they switch us up for a younger model, you know what I mean? Like when they get to 50 and they switch us up to, you know, for a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old.
Oh, honey, don't give me a
Wait a minute.
flashback. I'm over here sweating.
Because I don't know nobody that's doing that, but go ahead.
No, I know, right? I know. So,
Well, me, I went through creatro pause. Okay, I went
that
through my own.
What
Yeah.
you mean?
So, you know, when men are doing that, they don't realize that they're going through menopause as well too, but it's called andropause. Men are pretty easy to treat and deal with because testosterone is their main hormone, whereas women, testosterone isn't our main hormone. Because too much testosterone for a woman can cause certain things like, you know, hair growth. You know, I don't want to wake up looking like Baldy E, you know, the next day, taking too much testosterone. But it also comes in different forms as well, too. You got a man version and then you have a female version as well. So.
Okay. Now, with me, I was, you know, coming to you guys, you know, I had came from another place and they were pretty cool, right? But, you know, my brother Olin sent me over there, right? So, and I'm going to tell y'all, you know, y'all been amazing for me. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Thank
you know,
you.
yes, you're welcome. And a lot of people don't realize that through stress and, you know, when you're getting a little older and everything and through stress and the foods that you eat, that it can really do damage to your body and your mind. You know what I'm saying? And especially who you know, I ain't even gonna go there because I don't need corporate to call me this week. But because I don't think it went down last week, and I'm not even talking about her. But I'm just saying is that you know, just a lot of things that can stress you out. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm always digging myself in the hole.
Yep.
But
Don't
anyway,
even bring it up. Don't even bring it up.
So what happened was that you know, when I came to see y'all really got me on point, and actually in the diet, you know, on the diet side too. Actually, you helped me hand in hand on that one. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you got me at the point where y'all wanted me at within, what was it, 3 weeks?
It takes about 3 to 4 weeks for guys to actually feel the full benefit of testosterone therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a caffeine high where you take it and then, you know, hey, you're bouncing off the wall, or, you know, you grow an extra leg or anything like that. It's a gradual feeling. Usually the first sign of your testosterone coming back is your libido increases. Most time, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and usually when we get a man feeling really good, they normally bring in their wives right after, okay, because to keep up with.
Right.
So
Cuzzy, when I was talking to you a while ago, this is, I was talking about Sarim and the gang who I went to. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I went to them, and I'm not saying that I was talking to her about her, but I was talking about my experiences. Huh?
Your problems.
My problems?
Or your problems. No, we didn't go in detail.
So you see how defensive women get?
No, I want it to be clear. We was not talking about your Johnson.
No, we wasn't.
Because I don't want to know nothing about that.
No,
since we're talking about Johnsons.
Okay.
You know, it's very taboo. You know, guys have a huge problem talking about when they have ED issues. And since this is a relationship, you know, talk show, that's a major, it's a game changer. You know, if you can't get the shit up, then, yeah, it's no good.
Right.
And so, but
why you
guys
looking like
also
that,
get very embarrassed, which is very normal and common, actually. When you get to a certain age, most time when your pipes don't work properly, it's a circulation issue. Okay. Usually it might be a person having high blood pressure.
Diabetes.
It could be a combination of high blood pressure, stress, personal wise, work wise, combination of the two. You know, if the guy is just extremely busy, and you know his mind is not in it, his pipes might not be working properly. So it's very common, like I said, and it's fixable, if that makes sense. You know, I mean.
So, Sarim,
I have a question.
Go ahead, Barty. I'm gonna let you go. I want to hear what you say first.
I mean, Sarim, my question is, how is the testosterone administered to a man?
For a man, the best form is an injectable version. Okay.
Injectable where?
It goes into a muscle.
Oh, okay, like their arm or okay.
It goes into a muscle, yes, exactly, like your arm. Most time we like doing it around your upper glutes back there, where the little fatty part.
Don't ask me how I know, but I say glutes. Don't ask me how I know.
Wait a minute, sweet mama, how do you know?
I haven't know because someone I was dealing with was getting those shots.
Okay.
In my
and
business.
A lot of times what I get is guys come in and they don't want to tell their wives or their girlfriend or, you know, oh, hey, can you ship it to my P.O. box? Or, hey, can you ship it to my cousin's house?
Like it's drugs or something.
Right.
Right.
Well, technically it is drugs,
Mhm.
just
Well,
not that
I
form
mean,
of
illegal
drugs.
drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
It is controlled medication. So you can't just
Mhm.
go get it off the streets, which you actually can if you find the right person.
Mhm.
But you will need to have a form of consultation with a doctor and a doctor's license behind it in order to obtain true legal testosterone.
So,
Wow.
Sarim,
Okay.
with your therapy, with the hormone, we're talking about the medication part of hormone therapy. Do you also recommend that they get the mental health portion to go along with that hormone therapy?
That's a very good question because a lot of them need it. But
Amen.
but unfortunately, what I've found in my field, being in hormones, is that mental health is huge,
Mhm.
and actually taking antidepressant for mental health actually suppresses your testosterone levels.
Mhm.
You know,
Absolutely.
so like we find people who are on Prozac or Lexapro or Wellbutrin, and their testosterone is probably in the toilets. Like I always joke around a lot just to kind of make people feel comfortable being able to open up, but sometimes my testosterone's a lot higher than some of these men that come in.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Sweet mama,
Oh,
come on now, sweet mama. Go
I'm
ahead. I
just
No,
won't do
saying.
I'm
I'm
that.
just
saying it
saying.
because that's what
I
it is.
don't-
The
mine's
part
off the
that
Richter scale.
I understand because in my age, I'm a smidgen just before 50. And
Okay,
Whew.
I'm single. I know I look fabulous, girl.
you
We
look
look good
great
on here.
though.
We a great looking panel, child. We good looking. We the 40 and over crew.
Yeah.
But
I
we're the
know.
seasoned chickens, but cheap. So I've dealt because I work in mental health and I have a lot of individuals who take medication for various reasons. Most of the time, they take it for anxiety or depression, along with the co occurring with like diabetes, a lot of high blood pressure, a lot of high blood pressure. They're taking some of the well known medications that people usually take, especially the African American population. They all give us probably the same thing. It's two or three that you're going to take, and they're the L's, the two L's and some other ones. So along with that and poor eating habits and stress at work and just the stress as we get older and hormonal changes, I've noticed that there's a lot of sexual dissatisfaction. And then a lot of times, a lot of the men, as they've gotten older, they've watched so much pornography and try to beat their meat so much that between that and frustration of the heighten of their heart rates and things of that nature, and they're doing it too much and they keep going and keep going. By the time they might get in your good graces, there's nothing to give you because they already done, as the old man say, come on, clean my pipes. The pipes
Uh-huh.
are and the pipes are
Hmm.
empty. There's no flush. So you got to do all this extra work
Right.
and you gotta work out and like you get the frustration is there. So I've had in situations where I've dealt with individuals who hid that situation that they were having erectile dysfunction, and I knew that they had um, other health conditions. So from seeing all the commercials with the people skipping on the beach and he gonna take the pill and then they're gonna be getting the groove on
Right.
TV, you kind of figure out after a while it's becoming um, a problem that's happening so often in dealing with individuals. But a lot of times, we as women, and we're so open to talk about, we've had fibroids and hysterectomies and all this good stuff to let people know where we at. We always say, "Oh, hot flash! I'm having menopause. Hot flash! I need ice water in the fan." So we're comfortable with letting people know how we're feeling on our side. But a lot of time, men feel as though that they're hiding their masculinity if they can't get their man parts up.
Right. Yeah.
How do
Well,
you suggest to a woman to work with a man if a man doesn't? We kind of know the signs; they're
Hmm.
visible. Um, how can we kind of bring it to the forefront and being kind of gentle with your lover or participant? Because everybody's not your
Well, it all depends if it's your husband or your boyfriend, your side piece,
Exactly. That's what I
your
say. Your
main.
partner or your lover.
So which one are we talking about?
Good question, Cuzzy. Go ahead, Cuzzy. Go ahead. You scared
Come
now,
on,
right?
sweet mama. Come
Miss
with
Leslie, you
it.
ain't trying to tap me in. Look. Oh, she's shady too.
Sweet mama, what is it? Which one is it?
Um,
All of the above. Which one?
FWB, FWB,
Oh wow. Okay.
FWB. Friends
Well,
with benefits.
Friends
okay.
with benefit.
That's
Okay,
FWB.
so how do you? Well, I guess my suggestion to that one is you know, I've been 35 for like the past 10 years. Okay.
Oh, me too. I have.
All right.
That's me.
And being 35 for the last 10 years, I have found that being honest is the best way to go. Okay. Especially if you're wanting to keep the side piece. Like, look, you know, you got a problem. Either we can help with this or, you know, we go our separate ways.
You know, it's that because I find so many men, especially when you're going down the question is, when the last time you've been to the doctors? Have you had an HIV, STD test? You have to ask all these different questions. You know,
Well, that sounds like you talking to your husband.
Huh?
I said, that sounds like you talking to your husband if you're asking all those questions.
I'm talking to anybody that's going to be up in me. That's who I'm going to ask. I don't have no husband. He's been gone 12 years. I'm talking to anybody that's going to get over the sugar.
Talking about anybody who's going to mess up the pH balance.
Right, going to get the sugar, to get the sweet mamas. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody that's indulgent. It ain't got to be your husband, but if you are...
Everybody's suspect to mess up the pH
balance. I mean, listen. With the world where it's changing, everybody doesn't like the same things. Opposites. Some people like same, some different characters, some dress ups, some dress downs, some peekaboos, some whatever around the corner. Those are questions that I've learned once I got out of my divorce and, you know, things like that. Now, I was with my husband for a very long time. Some friends and God brothers and people that's on this corner to my left started saying, you need to ask those questions, man. You need to ask them when the last time they, you know, had an HIV test, STD test. Are you healthy? What are you eating? You know, because all that contributes to your sexuality, your health, your girth, your width. Some of them got turtles. You know what turtle is? Turtles is your peekaboo, you're non-circumcised. So a turtle is if you're not circumcised.
That's my favorite animal.
Oh, well, child bless you.
Every
turtle ain't a good turtle.
You know what though? You know what? Cousin, Barbara Fresh said she has never seen you speechless before.
Oh, I ain't never will. I'm just trying to get it all together.
No, you were speechless earlier, and shouts out to Dougie for pulling up on the live feed. Hey, and also,
what's up, Dougie?
And then also, Whitney J said, what was the question? But she was talking about the question when you were saying something about, you were asking Sarim about, like, how could you
approach somebody?
Yeah, approach somebody. Yeah.
See, and it's hard because a lot of times people peg, oh, I'm tired, I'm this and that. Once you get into, like, I'm a sexual person. And if you're not going to do it, I'm going to get it done. How it's going to be is what it's going to be. And you can participate or you get off the boat and go to sleep. So it's all what you're going to do. Because them Savage Fenty wear it costs a lot of money, especially for the plus size, plus fluffy. So you're not going to have to wash it again and wear it for the next FWB. So get your life together.
Shouts out to Terrence Williams for stopping through.
So Terrence, Whitney, Willie Balls on here.
Hey, Willie Balls. Hey, Whitney J. Bob, BJ. Hey, girl. Uh-oh, Dougie in here. Oh, boy. So
hey, also, don't forget that you guys can actually call in if y'all have any questions for Sarim. Feel free to call in at the number right there, 470-493-9928, and I will be screening the calls this week.
I want to give a scenario. So say, for instance, you're in the bedroom with your significant whoever. They significant at that particular time because they're in the room with you. So you're having an issue, and so how do you approach that situation? Like, what's the easiest way to break to somebody? Like, you're doing the foreplay and it's just never happening. Like,
well, I don't think
for male
that,
or female, you can't get it together. So
yeah, well, I don't think that you would need to approach it because the man should already know, right?
So isn't it a first time for a man, and it's the first time that he finds out that he has this issue?
Repeat that question again, Miss Leslie. I'm sorry.
So say for instance, so you know, everybody has that first time where, you know, they have this erectile dysfunction, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always the first time you get the rude awakening and it's happening to you. So how do you approach that situation? What do you say to that individual? You know, the first time and then thereafter, if it keeps on happening, how do you get to the point where you say we need to make an appointment for hormone therapy?
Yeah, I mean, there's help for it. We just have to.
No, how do you approach that? Because a lot of people wouldn't know the verbiage to use to get to that point where you go to therapy.
Right, that's a good question.
Because it keeps happening. It's like it keeps happening for male or female. It's just like a big old flop, and both parties are there dissatisfied. One is turned to the left, and the other one's turned to the right, and nobody's thinking about we need to go somewhere in the middle.
So one thing you should do, Miss Leslie, is one thing that people don't do before they jump into Sarims is go get a health check. You'd be surprised how many people do not get physicals. When asking men, especially ones you really care about, when the last time you had a physical?
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it'd be like, when the last time you've been to the dentist? When the last time you had a physical? You're like, oh my gosh. That's where it starts, because doctors can begin to run the tests to see if it's some other health impairments that's causing the dysfunction. Then they may say, well, you may need to see if it gets down there to test to see if your testosterone levels are low. And then an option may be change your diet, lose weight, do this, maybe change your medication. And also, if you really want to go to something else like Sarim's business, to go to Sarim and let her give you the options. Now, the question is, Sarim, does your company accept insurance? Because I'm gonna tell you, my friend who got those shots had to pay cash.
So a lot of hormone clinics do not accept insurance. It's more of a cash base.
Amen. And they are expecting.
And so, how much does it cost for a person who's you know, for the viewers? How much does it cost for like a consultation or the first visit, the first, you know, the beginning of the treatment
Testing. We'll say testing.
Well, I can only speak for
Thank you,
office.
Baldy.
And to get started with us, you're looking at about $350.
Yeah, absolutely.
This gets you
Is that the consultation first, or what? What is
well,
that?
there's no charge for the consultation.
Okay.
You actually have to qualify because testosterone is a controlled medication for it. So, you know,
how many instances do you have to have before you qualify?
Like take for instance, because testosterone is a controlled medication, if you have a history of blood clots, we wouldn't touch you. If you have prostate issues, we wouldn't touch you. Anything else besides that?
So do you need a referral to come to you?
No. No.
Okay, so how would you know if this person has those issues? Like, say for instance, I showed up at your door and I say I want to get this treatment. Is it like I have to come with my medical record? I mean, like, how would I?
No. So when you're dealing with hormones, it's not really based off of the numbers, what your blood work comes back as. It's actually your symptoms. What matters the most is how you feel. Okay. A lot of times when people are experiencing hormone deficiency, is usually like first indicator decreases. Okay, you just don't feel like it anymore.
Your phone had paused, Sarim, and that was the important part that people was listening to. If you can repeat a little bit of what you just said.
I totally just spaced out there. I forgot.
Increases or decreases. That's what we.
Oh, yes. So most time, when guys are coming in, their testosterone is usually, it's how you feel. Okay, so if you're experiencing like low energy, tired all the time, you're falling asleep after dinner, life just isn't the same anymore. Those are all indicators of low testosterone.
Okay.
Oh
wow, we lost her.
Oh, she'll
I
pop
think we
back.
lost her.
Drop. Yeah,
Yeah.
testosterone levels must have dropped.
And here's another thing. Okay, there you go. There you go.
She back.
Yeah. So well, before we let me say this. Let me attest to my part that I gotta say, and then we a couple of Southside Doughboy and another person have a question. But I'm gonna tell y'all my true experience. Like me, I'm a very active person. You know what I'm saying? And what I started feeling was like I was like waking up in the morning, and it was like I had to literally pry myself out of the bed. And I was like, oh man. So, you know, at the time I was telling my wife, you know, I mean, I'm keeping it real. I'm like, man, I don't feel right, whatever. And then like, it was times where the intimacy was like popping up and then I wasn't ready. And it was like to the point I was never ready. I'm like, what's going on with me? This ain't me. Right. So, of course they have the commercials on out there, whatever. And I was like, maybe, and I started, you know, researching like YouTube and all that stuff to see what everybody else's symptoms was when it comes to testosterone. So I was like, all right. So in a nutshell, I went on and I said, I'm getting ready. I'm gonna get this checked out. I did try like some of the stuff that they advertise on TV. That stuff don't work. Or if it works, it just worked for a little bit. It's not what you want. Now, when I went there, like I said, it was life changing. You know what I'm saying? My energy is there. I mean, you'll lose a little weight and stuff, because everything starts to kick back in. And then your drive, your libido and all that, oh, you're on point. So you gotta, you know, us as men, like I hate sometimes, and I'll be trying to school some dudes, and they be, shoot, man, I can go down, throw down. You ain't throwing down nothing but the chicken that you just ate.
Nothing.
You see what I'm saying?
Zero.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, why don't y'all stop playing games and get with the program for real? Because like, I'm not ashamed of talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 49 years old, but guess what? At this point in time, I didn't had like little 20-year-olds or whatever trying to keep up on me on some things that I do, and they just can't. You understand? So I'm just saying. So I think me paying attention to my body and my mind and going to the right places. And I go and see them every week or whatever. They my other family now. Sarim, Rich, Anthony, and Kim, and I forgot the other guy's name, but real cool guy. So I have fun just messing with them during the week before I go, and do what I got to do. So, but guys, stop playing. Like, it's real.
I think we have a question from Whitney J.
Yes, yeah. I know someone who was shot and gets the testosterone shots and the blue pill, and they're still having issues. Is there any other options out here?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there is. Once the pills stop working, then, there's other options, like an injectable version that will work instantly.
Women, where do you inject it at?
You scared, E?
Hey, I'm asking questions. I mean,
yeah, that's the first thing a guy gonna ask, or a female. Where I'm getting this injection at?
It's injected in the shaft of the penis.
Good Lord.
How big? How big is that injection device?
It's a very small insulin needle, but it just all.
Do you have a sample?
I'm sorry.
Do you have a sample?
Say that again.
Do you have a sample of what the needle looks like?
I actually do.
She on point.
Can we see? You tell. You show.
So hang tight. I'm going to get it and stuff. But to answer Whitney J's, there is options. Most time, about 99.9% of the time, this can only be prescribed from your urologist. Okay.
Okay.
And again, it's an injectable medication. And so here's the. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is an insulin needle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not too bad. The
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing
not
goes
bad.
in, or you gonna pick a boo?
It's not bad at all. It's not
Do
bad
the
at all.
whole thing go in that whole needle metal
No.
Oh
part?
my
Just a
God.
pickable.
Well, since I've never had to administer it,
Jesus.
I honestly
Jesus.
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Woo, child.
Next
Whoever
question
that's
is:
for, it hurt my heart right now.
do you numb it first?
So where would it go in on a woman?
So no, this is for a man.
This is for a man.
So what you do for a woman?
For women, there's actually creams. There's something called Scream Cream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have been doing working with peptides for so long now. There's actually a female version, an injectable female version of Viagra for women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's called PT-141.
PT-141.
Yes, ma'am. P as in Peter, T as in Tom, 141.
So what's the population mostly you have at your clinic? Males or
Mostly
females?
men. Mostly men.
What's usually the percentage of women that you actually see?
I say about 20%.
Of women?
Nothing against women, but we're all crazy.
thank you, Sarim. That's the point of me starting this show. Thank you so much, Sarim. Yes.
Well, you made his night with that one.
Yep.
So, you know, when we're going through our menstrual system, someone told me that I had, you know, it's so men, when they take long-term use of testosterone, their red blood cell starts to thicken. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At our office, we call it a blood dump. It's a therapeutic draw off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like I was telling my husband, I do that monthly as well too, but privately, right? Within myself. That's when you're at your period, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he knows to leave me alone. Okay. I get real emotional, get real crazy. Okay. And so when men are taking testosterone, they have to take a little white pill as an anti-estrogen blocker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Way back when I grew up, I'm the only girl and I had 3 younger brothers. And my dad made us watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You guys, I'm not sure if you guys ever watched wrestling before, but there's a wrestler here in Georgia. Long time ago, he ended up killing his whole family. Okay?
Wow.
He was this big muscular dude. He kind of put testosterone on the map as, you know, they were saying he was having roid rage. When actually,
oh wow,
it was the abuse of testosterone, and the testosterone converted to estrogen.
Mm.
So it wasn't testosterone that killed his family. There you go. Yes, gang said it was Chris Benoit. Yes. It wasn't testosterone. It was the conversion from testosterone to estrogen. So when a man has high levels of estrogen, it's like giving them a period. They don't know what to do with that. Okay. They start getting emotional and they can sit there and call us crazy, but
we can't hear you.
Hey, cuz, would you point at me, cuz?
Yes, I was. You?
We can't hear her.
Sarim?
Yeah, we lost.
She's breaking out.
Yeah, you had broke up. You had broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about emotional men.
Yes.
Crazy.
So, not to get off topics, but you know, with the transgender community, they actually take large amounts of testosterone so they can grow man boobies.
Wow. Wow.
So
that makes the estrogen
well, how do
goes
I keep
up.
female boobies?
Well, that's why I tell them to leave it to us. Let us keep the boobies and not them.
Yeah.
So
I want to keep my girls up.
We got another question from Simply 10 Art. I thought it was steroids.
Simply 10.
Yeah. So technically it is steroids. but
Oh,
if
okay.
like that's a old fashioned term for it. I mean, we men and women produce steroids, if you want to use that word. I wouldn't want to, because it's an old school word. I mean, but both men and women, we produce testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
As we get older, we just need to replace it. It gets declined, so we just need some kind of supplement of testosterone for it to be replaced.
So, Sarim, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So, with the hormone therapy, when a person, let's say a gentleman begins to take the therapy, what's too long for a person to be on hormone therapy, or what should be a good
That's a good question.
time?
So it's considered quality of life. Okay.
Okay.
When a man starts, they usually stay on it forever.
Really?
So wait, how often would they take these shots?
It really
Say a
depends
say
on
a
the
gentleman come
person.
with you at 40 years old.
It depends on the person, because
Okay.
everybody is different. Even if you were identical twin, we would treat you differently. Then the next question after that is, well, what happens if I come off?
Mm-hmm.
You just go back to feeling how you came to us.
So it's
Yeah.
like a drug. You getting high, you get maintenance, and then if you don't do it, you come back down, basically.
Remember, testosterone is a controlled medication.
Right, control medication, right?
It doesn't matter what you call it, a steroid, a drug, it's a controlled medication. Okay.
Ooh, child.
It's something that we're replacing in our bodies.
Okay.
I've seen, because I do mental health counseling, and when you do counseling, you do males or females, you don't have an option. I've seen a lot of emotional men come through the process,
Mm-hmm.
and they're more emotional than me. You know,
That
I'm a gangster, but it's
high estrogen
unfortunate.
levels.
It's unfortunate because they don't know how to express themselves, or they feel if they don't have their Johnson working, it's a part of masculinity. And most men identify with their penis and how many women they can have and how strong and heavy climbing the walls. And there ain't too many people climbing the walls. I doubt it, especially at a certain age, even at the younger
King
age.
Kong ain't got
Because
nothing
you'd be
on me.
surprised, even with having a younger partner, you could be an older woman. They ain't got you climbing. Usually, us older women, we got it going on.
Whatever,
But
cuzzy. I feel like you throwing blows at me. Let me tell you something. When it's going down, it goes down. And I'm gonna tell you how it goes down. When I'm done, it'll be like,
what the timeout? We got the timeout thing, but don't be using your little
what?
equipment on us because
It'd
it's
be
not
like
working.
this.
They fall off the wall.
It'd be like this.
What is this? Like, I
It'd
don't
be
even
like
know what I'm
this.
looking at. That sounds like a dead cat. Ain't nobody want that. A dead cat. Ew. But I've dealt with emotional gentlemen who I had to remember that it's also a mental factor with men. And I think Southside Doughboy in the previous comments, because they scroll up for us, said that it may be that the man doesn't like the particular person or partner he's dealing with. And I get that. And it's all mental as well. So for a woman or a partner, because some people like the same sex, for partners that's dealing with a person who have those hormonal levels, how can okay, so let me ask a question. Once it goes into the bloodstream, how does it break down into the bloodstream?
Oh, you need a scientist for that, my sweet mama.
No,
I'm
meaning like, okay, he's shooting up a controlled substance,
okay.
right? And let's say he's not using protection,
All
right?
right.
Some people, women, have fears when you start using controlled substances. Is that something that's going to go into their body once ejaculated, because it's a controlled substance and it's built up over time, especially if they're seeing and giving you all that good money every time that they're seeing you, another level of
Oh, your good
chemical,
money.
all that good money, getting that level of chemical inside a woman's body who typically has a pH factor that we deal with anyway. Can that affect a woman's internal? Is it more often that they get BV, which is bacterial vaginitis, any of those bacterial infections? Do you hear that from maybe their partners?
No,
Okay.
because we lose testosterone, we're just replacing it.
Okay.
We're supplementing it.
Okay.
Um, being a former gambler, I most men over the age of 35
Mm-hmm.
have low testosterone. So
Mm-hmm.
let me give you an example. I hear this all the time too. They call the office. They're like, "Hey, my doctor says that my testosterone level is fine. It's okay. It's normal." Okay. Now, it goes back to that commercial, the progressive commercial. Like, are you okay with just being okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say that you're 45 male and your testosterone is 358.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, average range for testosterone in a man is 245 to about 500 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
So, being a doctor, let's say a primary care physician, your doctor is going to say, "Hey, you're okay. You're within range." But what our office looks for is actually your optimal ranges.
Okay.
Where you feel good. Remember, we started this where hormone therapy is more based on how you feel
Mm-hmm.
and not what your blood work comes back saying. Because those blood work could be an indicator from like 2-3 weeks ago, a month ago, last week. How you feel is how you feel now.
You know what was crazy too? Well, let me. You know what? Before I say what I was going to say, right here, Yes Gang TV said how effective are testosterone and estrogen blockers as OTC supplements at say GNC
Over the
or Vitamin
counter.
World. Yeah, it.
You have to be careful because we see a lot of people who basically damage themselves by taking these
Mm-hmm.
over the
Mm.
counter. Like, look at eugenics. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
not to put them on the maps as much as they are. Okay, but they got two football players advertising it. Right, it's
Mm-hmm.
increasing their
Mm-hmm.
testosterone. But
Right.
we got to remember these are supplements. This is not the actual testosterone. So you're more
Right.
likely you're getting fillers and not the actual testosterone when you're dealing with something like a controlled medication. GNC, you don't have to have a doctor's license behind that. You can
Mm-hmm.
anybody, my 13-year-old son can go over there and get him some testosterone pills, right? And so we see a lot of people who come in and they've damaged themselves. They basically shut down their system, and then now they need more help.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm.
was telling Baldy about that. I had somebody I know who was taking the GNC supplements to try to work out. He was overweight and eventually was want to build muscle. So he thought about taking those supplements that would help with his workouts to build more muscle, to be fat, faster because he was over a certain age, over 45, as you say. So he was using those, and then it was like his emotions was worse than as my cousin say, a crazy woman. It would be
Right?
up and down, up and down. One minute the person um like you and you the best thing since sliced bread. Next thing you a bitch and you going to hell with your gasoline drawers on. Then it was like good morning all over again, and then it was like go hell at the end of the day. So it would be those up and down balances that would just take you from level one, like oh my lord, you don't know if they want to give you flowers or they want to kill you the next day. So it's like those imbalances, especially as they got older. I talked to someone today when I was telling them about the show, and they were saying, they have their partner is a younger person in their 20s, and he has sexual issues, and he's taking those supplement medications, but won't tell her. It's probably a fear of embarrassment because he's so young. Usually hear about men they in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s gonna go get those some type of platelets, or they used to call them get on the hard pills back in the day. The whole man, I'm gonna give you some get on the hard pills to clean my pipes out tonight. So those were the things that used to be said, say, oh, what you come clean my pipes out. But those as a younger person, I would be kind of fearful if you're in your 20s. Don't you think that's kind of young? Is it kind of young for them to be in their 20s?
My comment to that is maybe getting somebody your own age and you don't have to worry about what a 20.
No. The person is they're in the same age group. It's not my scenario, so I ain't being a dirty old lady. It's not my scenario, not tonight, boo. Don't try to come for me, Sarim.
No, it wasn't for you. I'm sorry.
No, both partners are in their 20s. It's just she and I was having a conversation about I don't know why people just want to talk to me about that. I'm like, do I have
no. Therapist.
So,
your profession.
I was watching this
I
show
wasn't
called
in that
Extreme
particular
Love.
stance, Miss Leslie. I was
No, you just have a way about you that people just want to talk to you that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about nobody else. I don't want to talk about nobody else not having sex, and I ain't hell. So yeah, the young individuals are in their 20s, but it was a frustration within their relationship because she was afraid, well, maybe he wasn't liking her or they didn't explore enough or what have you. So it came out, but he not all the way being truthful. But you know, when you don't see steroid written on or testosterone about, you see the generic form for young people. So younger couples, I mean, it's any couples going on, but especially younger ones with the mindset. What would be the advice you would give a younger person?
You know, with the amount of hormones found in foods, makeup, a lot of things, decrease in hormone and testosterone has gotten to be affecting a lot younger people nowadays as well too.
You know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead and finish, and I'll when you get finished.
The youngest one I found was probably about her late 20s.
Oh wow.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and this might sound extreme or whatever, but it's really not, and I know you can attest to this, but like people really got to watch out, even drinking out of plastic cups, plastic forks, microwaves, all that stuff, because it'll affect you. In all, all the little things that you do every day will affect you, just like the way we talking about right now. You see what I'm saying? So,
hey guys, have you ever realized, like back in our days, we had our period when I had mine when I was about 15, late 15s. Nowadays, sweet mama, girls are having their periods at 8, 9 years old.
I had mine at 9, honey, so I'm old and tired. Just tired.
So, and it's because of the hormones, environment, foods, makeup, it decreases and it just makes us deficient in certain hormones. So somebody said they got theirs at 12. Again, it's nine's pretty early. Sweet one.
But it's an environment too.
Well, mine wasn't environmental factors. Mine was because I developed early. I was heavy. I was a chunky little thing growing up. So my weight gain caused my body parts to increase. The same sunshine in the back I got now, I had it when I was little. So I didn't have too much like Miss Leslie in the front. I was more of a back girl. So in legs. So as I developed, my legs began to bow because of my weight. My weight caused me to have an earlier cycle. I developed. I'm extremely smart. I can go both sides, but my weight caused a lot of body changes. My mother's 130 pounds. I am nowhere near that, honey. I'm definitely got my daddy fat gene side, but our difference in how we measure up and look, our emotions or things are different. You tend to, because back in the day, the foods was much better. The things, we didn't eat all these McDonald's and all this stuff going on that the kids are eating just junk food. We didn't have that, the quality of, I guess, the crabs you go catch, because they're from Baltimore, ate crabs, or the fish. Like, I don't eat tilapia and I don't eat whiting. I don't eat stuff like that. That's poor. Don't say that. So poorly raised fish, but I was gonna say something else. Cheap foods. You gotta be careful what you give kids. You have little kids eating the chicken McNuggets every day, all day. No shout out to McDonald's, but they're eating all these foods because we got so much things going on in our lives, and they're causing these hormonal changes. And you start to see it now more so in the kids.
Right.
Working in the education system, I see how boys are a little different now.
Yes.
They got little tenderoni feelings,
Right.
real young. They real young and real tenderoni feelings.
They got to stay away from the plastic.
But it's more than that. It's the hormones. It's the milks, the whatever. It's not the natural things that we got back in the day. Because because our grandparents country, concrete. We're related. Our parents are related. So we had the pet milk, evaporated milk. Y'all know what I'm talking about, 40s and over. Don't act like y'all ain't get no pet milk or evaporated milk when they ran out of good milk.
Oh, the milk in the can. Yeah.
Had to punch it on each side of it.
Right. So it's a little different than all these little juicy juice and juice boxes and stuff we're having now. So as I'm seeing the kids growing up, it's like they're crying at the drop of a dime. They like doing some things that I didn't see male little boys do when I was growing up. Concrete was a rough and tumble little one. Growing up, we're 3 months apart. So it's just, are you making some noise while I'm talking? Oh, because I'm about to get you like I get the kids.
He is making some noise.
Yeah, like I'm about to get you like I get the kids in school. What are you doing? So,
Concrete, didn't you say you had some people on hold that wanted to ask questions?
That's on the
no, if they want to call in, if y'all want to call in the number, let me put the number back up there for a second. If y'all want to call in and have any questions for Sarim,
the sugar and the pet milk. Yeah, I remember that, Dougie.
Yeah, if y'all want to call, y'all have any questions for Sarim, y'all can call in. And also, we got to mention this, Sarim, that if they want to use the services of what you offer, they can actually call and y'all can ship, right?
Yes, we sure can. So, because of the pandemic, there's a lot of telemeds going on nowadays. So, yes, you are correct.
So, can you explain to people what telemeds? I mean, I know what it is, but what is telemeds?
So it's just basically getting our nurse practitioner or doctor live face to face. You use either Zoom or FaceTime because remember it is a controlled medication. Yeah, so we need to lay eyes on you at least one good time.
Okay. So what's the process of intake with your services so people can be clear?
So again, there's no charge for the consultation. You come in, consultation goes well, you like what you hear and you want to try it out. We always like to start off with some fasting blood work. Okay. I get people, hey, I had my physical last week. Can you use the blood work there? Answer is no. Your physical checks for certain things like your cholesterol, your sugar levels, things that your primary care physician care about. And I don't mean to sound mean, but we just care about your hormones. So we check for a different panel. Like, let me give you for example. Like in a men's panel, we check your testosterone total. We check their estrogen, their estradiol. Yes, we also check their lipids for their cholesterol. We check their A1C, their blood sugar. There's 3-week average of their blood sugar. We also check their PSA. PSA is a prostate-specific androgen. And this is all blood. It's not the digital one, like you would get at your normal physical.
You know what's crazy about that? What you're saying though, and this is another thing that I can attest to. I remember going. This was probably 3 months ago. I went to get a physical from my normal doctor, right? And I got that back, and then I get my physical or my blood work done through you guys every 3 months, right? And y'all's is way more extensive than my doctor's.
Right.
It was like, why did I go to the doctor? You see what I'm saying? So y'all look for more than the actual doctor do.
You do.
When you go to the doctor for preventive medicine, don't make that disclaimer that you shouldn't go to the doctor. why are you going? That should be a part of your multiple disciplinary health team that deal with you in your medical. Because if Sarim services go away, you still should have a doctor that's taking care of you for everything else. We don't want
Right.
our viewers to say you shouldn't go to doctor. Why did I go to doctor? I should have just got my dick checked by Sarim. We don't want that because it's just like a woman said, I might as well go to Sarim to get my cootie cat medication. They're going to my GYN, and then you got flowers growing out of it next time. You got to be careful with the wording when you're talking about healthcare. And that's why a lot of men, right, it's so taboo about people going to the doctor, especially men.
That's the problem nowadays is guys are I don't want to use the word scared or nervous going to see a doctor, but I will share with you, DJ Concrete, something that just happened at our office.
Okay.
We got a new patient come in to our office. He had some blood work done, and his blood work didn't come back too good. There was indicators of his platelets being low, and then he also mentioned during the consultation that he lost rapid weight all of a sudden. Yeah, you see.
Oh Lord.
He lost 30 pounds out the blue.
Whoa.
So we had to break the news to him, which was a very sad, and so things can always be prevented as long as you go and see a doctor. It doesn't matter if you come to our office or to, your primary, but go and see a doctor. It's
Okay.
So wait a minute, hold on, Concrete. So for the slow individuals or us that know what happened, what was his prognosis or his diagnosis?
Well, we had to refer him, and we couldn't treat him. We had to refer him to a nephrologist because we believe he had some markings on his labs for cancer.
Okay.
Wow.
God.
That's
We wanted to be clear what you talking about because, just be clear what
But
it was.
But I mean, the thing about it is, and going to what Sweet Mama was saying, you should get a yearly physical, regardless on how you feel, regardless on if you're coming to your office, Sarim, or not. I mean, you should just say, "Hey, I need to get checked for everything." Preventative.
Exactly.
I mean, it's almost like taking your car into the shop. You're just doing it for preventative maintenance. I mean, there's nothing, it might not even be anything wrong, but you're there to prevent something bigger from happening.
Exactly.
I mean, he's all excited. I'm going to get help with my testosterone. And then now you're like, hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to refer you to the specialist. And he's like, probably like, why? And then you're telling him horrible news,
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just an example of how important it is to get checked,
Right. I agree.
Even if you're feeling good, still go get checked.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Right?
And
So
your teeth and your eyes.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, your eyes tell so much. I mean, they can tell if you're diabetic from your eyes. I mean, I feel like, and we had this big conversation about teeth on one of our shows. And people were almost like, oh, you're being so superficial, but teeth matters. It's hygiene. It's a big deal. Someone can give you a bacteria infection from having something wrong with their mouth. I mean, that is not something unreal. It doesn't have to be a STD. It could be a bacteria infection. And who wants a bacteria infection? Nobody.
Especially not a woman.
no parts of it.
Especially nobody.
Right. So we're going to take out any final questions or any statements anyone wants to say so we can wrap up. We have a wonderful guest. It was a great topic. We need to know these things we love about health and wellness. Relationship is part of building yourself before you can connect with someone else. So do we have any other final comments or questions for our guests?
Well, one thing I will say is that, fellas, don't feel don't feel some type of way it's your health. It could be, again, like they say, something else wrong. Y'all need to go get it checked out. Stop trying to act like, man, shucks, I got this and da da da. Leave it alone. Just go get yourself checked out. And if any, especially get your testosterone levels checked out. I mean, I remember when I went, mine was low. I'm not ashamed of that. You see what I'm saying? And it's up now though, but I'm just saying because you got, and then y'all gotta understand too, men
got his back on that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like y'all gotta, sometimes that is attractive to women when women see you take care of yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like if you ain't take, huh? What you say? Right, exactly.
Look at my
Check this out right here. You know what I mean? So they just don't even do it. But here go Dougie. Dougie said he was scared to see the doctor when he finally went. They told me if I didn't come in, I wouldn't have lasted another week. This was in April 2019.
That's
wow.
Serious, though.
Yeah.
Serious.
Thank you for still being around, Dougie. And then we have Terrence, aka Darnell the barber. What if nothing works? What's the next step, Sarim?
Well, the next step is seeing your urologist and getting a prescription for that injectable version of it, because that will instantly work. Okay, but you're just gonna have to muster it up and see if you're gonna be able to inject.
Oh my God.
Sweet mama smiling. She's smiling too hard right now.
Right.
She said, y'all done just dropped a dime on me. I'm gonna let him know.
No, I think it's important. This was a great subject matter. I do appreciate Concrete for being transparent and bringing on someone. We're trying to bring in individuals that we kind of know to make connections to what we connect with other individuals that we come and play with, whether it's our family, friends, we watch on Instagram, we on Facebook. We want to make sure that our community is protected. We're getting the information out. We're being better people. So that's the point of us having these type of things. It's not with somebody, we're going to talk about dildos and flying out. No, it's things connected to your wellness and your well-being as part of your medical, your physical, your mental, your financial, your spiritual. So we're going to talk about a vast number of subject matter areas when it comes to relationships. Because are you for real though? This is some real life stuff. And as we talk about being single and as we getting older, we're meeting individuals who need to take some hormone therapy quick, or we can say, okay, darling, or pudding pop, maybe this is something else you could explore, as another means, and maybe we can spice it up. Not necessarily with Sweet Mama G, but spice it up. Instead of saying, well, you just got the floppy meat walking around and, he feeling bad and his self-esteem is low, a woman not feeling her sexual best and feeling like, I'm not feeling happy. I'm not feeling like I want the yang or whatever. Let me see what's going on. So health and wellness, workflow calls, go to see you good day. Okay. So good night, BJ. But that's a part of what we talk about. It's not just, out of the ordinary. We do want to talk about health and wellness and things of that nature. So, Sarim, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you, Sarim.
Thank you, Sarim.
Yeah, and Sarim, you're always welcome to come on. We're here every week. From Friday, we be on time and stuff. So, Cuzzy, why are you looking at me like that?
Oh no, I was trying to read the comments.
Oh, okay, because I'll be on time.
You need to give him some more hormones because he's having some feelings. I don't have my glasses on, and I'm trying to squint and see. And trying to keep out my glasses on tonight. He get on my nerves. Give him some nightly hormone meds. He get on my nerves tonight.
All I'm saying, fellas, is that make sure y'all, do what y'all gotta do. Y'all can reach Sarim or, and they'll do wonders over there. And so, because y'all don't want to end the night, on the bed like this.
And Sarim, where can they find you at again?
Hey guys, if you're interested in testosterone therapy, you can always call our office at 678-264-6150, or you can always check us out online at bodysymmetrymd.com. That's BODYSYMMETRYMD.com.
So
thanks for having me, guys.
So, Sarim, let me ask
Thank
you
you
that.
for
When you put
coming.
the information, do they have to live in that area in which you practice?
No, so we're partnered up with a company called LabCorp.
Okay.
LabCorp is
Oh, okay.
around
Yeah.
here.
Right.
So
So, okay.
all I have to do is just send an order to you, and it gets sent to LabCorp. All LabCorps in the United States. You pop in there, give them your arm. They'll do the rest.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when Sarim gave out the number, just don't be afraid. You heard 678. That's a Georgia extension. So she just let you know that LabCorp, which is very popular all over, can assist you with the blood work, and then y'all can get your little medications to get you joined up.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Hold up.
thank
It
you
ain't just for
so
men either. I mean, it ain't
Either
just
way.
for,
what she
you
say?
know
The
what I'm saying?
flappy lips. What she said about the extra was what she said on your lip. What was it called for the females?
Andro something.
PT,
It's called
PT,
PT
Oh, PT
141.
141.
and
Yeah.
what you had a name for? What was it called?
Female Viagra.
No, but what was the other name you used?
That was it, Cuzzy.
That was
You
it.
looking for something else? You looking
I'm
for
looking
something
for
else?
something else. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it was rubbing your lips or
Oh,
something. Maybe I
Scream.
heard. Scream cream. See, I know I'm not crazy
Yep,
because I
I
want to get
heard that
scream on
too.
Scream
cream.
green.
She
I
just
want
wanted to
scream.
hear something, like fancy.
Scream like
You know what I
scream
mean?
loud.
Yes. Scream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, scream and
She ain't
cream.
gonna go in there and be like, I need that PT 41. I
I
need
know
that
what
scream
that. I was like,
cream.
girl, I want the scream cream or get in betweens. But okay. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for
on.
having me,
Street Chat.
guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Cheryl.
and like I said,
Sharing
fellas,
is caring.
exactly. And when y'all go call Sarim and them Body Symmetry. Shouts out to like I said, Sarim, Anthony, Rich, Yulia, and all of them. So make sure y'all call them. That way y'all can end y'all night off like this.
So are we going to Brutally Honest now? Rap show. Oh Lord.
Yeah, so we
if
can
you stay tuned. We are wrapping up our relationship portion. We did a flip flop today because we were flip floppish. So now, right after, just give us a few minutes to go on. Please stay on for our Street Tactic Radio, Brutally Honest Rap Show. We have a couple of music premieres to come out. Hopefully, the artists can come on, and it better be before 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we about
want
to
make
wrap
sure
this
our
up.
artists get on, so we
Yeah.
don't want to be rude to him. In our audience who definitely follow us till the last drop of the dime minute, so we can make sure you get us in and get some good music for the night. Cause I got some good music from last week. So thank you all for logging into our relationship portion. And the name is called what, y'all? Are you for
You for real, though.
real? So see you next week. Same time, same channel, YouTube, Street Tactics Radio, Brutally Honest Rap Show, and Are You For Real Though Radio stations from 8:30 until we finish.
Exactly. So remember, we're about to come back on in a couple minutes with the Brutally Honest Rap
Stay
Show.
on,
So get
Darnell
ready.
the Barber, Yes Gang, BJ, Simply 10, Miss Whitney J, Southside Doughboy. We definitely want
We'll
to
be
hear
right
our
back.
DJs.
Dougie.
Come on
Yeah,
back
let's
here,
get it.
darlings.
All
See
right,
y'all
we'll
in
be
a little
right
bit.
back.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.